Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go. Game number 2 of this best-of-3 series, our final series of the day. Again, Mad Lads versus Going In is their technical bracket name. We got Mad Lads up 1-0 here in this best-of-3. The first game, it was definitely an interesting one. I wouldn't say a decisive victory by any means, but it was one that Mad Lads, you know, they ended up coming out on top, and behind some very good just teamwork all around, as I was really stressing there. So very good coordination, and if they play like that, they definitely have potential here moving forward. So we'll see how they are able to perform in game number 2 as far as the other side. And going in, they took out Mad Lads 2-0 in the group stages just 2 days ago. So hoping for some revenge here, at least to force the third game. We'll see. I'm BreakyCPK here for this MDL European Regional Qualifier coverage. And we got some picks to start. It's a Rubik. Oh, no, it's Sand King. But they already got the Razor, yeah. But Omni Knight, first pick into the Razor Sand King. Again, whenever you see an Omni Knight, pretty much can safely assume it's going to be, if Razor's on the board, he's probably going to be a response. That, Rubik, Brewmaster, again, really this trio of heroes that you potentially will see. Interesting development, though. So they go Razor Sand King, but then Viper coming out for the Radiant team. So really, really confident about the Viper pick. I believe Viper got banned last game, if I remember correctly. So maybe going in, just wants to make sure they get it this time before it gets banned. Going into the next tier of picks, of course, but yeah, second pick Viper very early on. So another case of where both teams very heavy on their core picks early in the draft, and outside of really the Sand King, which of course expect to see more in that position 4. Yeah, the initial bans, Visage, Gyrocopter, Lifestealer. Again, Visage going in, has been playing that a little bit lately, and specifically against Mad Lads in the group stages, where one of those 2 games where they dominated them. So kind of having flashbacks, as we mentioned. You see Lone Druid taken away on the other side. Could have been an interesting follow-up here or there. And yeah, so far, you know, Omni and Viper not necessarily the best at dealing with the Lone Druid, so not wanting to give them the option even. Chaos Knight ban for Mad Lads. Need another. They're very heavy on the cores, man. I mean, they already are going up against a Viper Omni. They really just they want to make sure all these safe lane core options are not available. Would something like a Drow ban be okay? I mean, they're worried about a Drow strategy perhaps, but I don't know. Maybe they'll go support option in the end. But I guess like a Rubik ban here may not be the worst thing ever. Granted, they do have the first pick coming out of this, so the Rubik themselves is also really good already. So yeah, probably not going to see a Rubik ban. Actually, could be by the Radiant team, speaking of that. They banned Disruptor and then Bane taken away. I got to think Rubik's going to be on the top of the list here for Mad Lads. It's either that or maybe the Witch Doctor. Just because I know Cinder likes to play that Witch Doctor quite a bit. We did see Ancient Apparition last game. That was on the side of...
10 seconds remaining.
I keep wanting to call them like their name's Crips for Life, like, and they're tagged as DNZ. Yet they're like, so they essentially have 3 team names, which is just kind of annoying, frankly. But, anyways, okay. So going in on the Radiant side, they're the ones that played last game. But no, they're gonna go Shadow Shaman again. Okay, I mean, Cinderin did play a good Shadow Shaman last game, so don't fix what ain't broken kind of mentality. Rubik would have been really strong here, and you got to wonder now if Rubik's going to be the option for the Radiant team, because it's just as strong for them. There's already a Burrow Strike to steal, Shadow Shaman. You're happy with really just about any ability you get, maybe outside of the Ether Shock. Could definitely see a Rubik option. I mean, they don't need to third pick it here, to be fair. They could save it for their 4th pick, but that would have to be, once again, still on top of that list.
Dire team pick.
Witch Doctor.
Okay, they go Witch Doctor. So Rubik's going to be overlooked despite being potentially pretty good on both sides. This game, actually, so. It is worth pointing out, guys, that this Mad Lad squad is so technically,
10
and as you
seconds
see
remaining.
here, I actually, this didn't even hit me until I see some people talking about it.
5 seconds
Buryu
remaining.
is a stand-in for the team, and actually maybe next time is technically their 5th man. But he's currently at the WESG event. He's competing with Team Greece over there, so who, from my understanding, is actually doing pretty well. So, and actually on the other side, going in, it's the same story for them. Mitch is standing in for Weeha, who is also at the WESG event. Is that where he's at? I want to say that's where he's at, but I'm not 100% sure. Point is, both teams are using a stand-in for this major qualifier. So that is a little bit unfortunate, but at the same time, you know, some quality players in place of
Radiant
those
team pick.
other ones.
Dire
And you
team
see a
back.
Phantom Lancer 4th pick with the immediate Earthshaker response. And yeah, I think I mentioned the last game. That's something that going in had drafted in the first series against Mad Lads from the group stages. They picked it in that second game specifically,
10
matched up
seconds
against them.
remaining.
I'm trying to look back and see. Yeah, that was paired up with the Naga
5
Siren
seconds
Visage. So this is a
remaining.
completely different lineup, but it was into a Phantom Lancer. And so it makes me believe that maybe that has a bit to do with it as well. And of course, his Echo Slam's that much more powerful as a result. So kind of get the reason why they like their Earthshaker option. Mad Lat's using a lot of time, though, to think about this final ban. They need their safe lane still. Timbersaw
Radiant team ban.
could be okay here. I feel like Timbersaw is actually pretty good for the Radiant side. They ban Luna. The problem with Timbersaw, though, they're playing for much more of a early to mid game victory with that pick, where
10 seconds remaining.
maybe instead they want they don't want. I'm trying to think of
5 seconds remaining.
safe lane option. Would Sven again be okay here? Nah, against Razor, not so much. This is tough. Razor Phantom Lancer combo makes it kind of tough as far as who you really want. I guess Luna definitely, yeah. Luna was kind of a nice happy medium. She's not overly concerned about Razor. Has some distance. Hurricane Pike would have possibly been picked up, and you know, is obviously still good also for clearing out Phantom Lancer.
Radiant team pick.
Naga Siren's going to be the final ban. Interesting on the side of going in.
Dire
What
team
are they
pick.
picking?
Faceless Void.
Faceless Void. I like it. I potentially like it. It's interesting Faceless Void game. They're probably going to rely on him getting a Battle Fury for one. You know, and he is decent
10
against
seconds
Razor, having that
remaining.
time walk to be able to get away and not necessarily be overly concerned about the link. So
5 seconds
I
remaining.
think Faceless Void definitely makes sense here. Viper to put in some good damage with those Chronospheres as well. But Mad Lads, their final pick. Kazu's hero probably.
Enchantress. You may now
Enchantress,
select
nice.
your heroes.
All right, we get to see our first Enchantress of the day. And indeed, Kazu will be playing it in that offlane role. And yet, Qualifier queuing up on the Razor. Means, of course, Madara going to get his second game in a row on Phantom Lancer. Earthshaker, though. Again, another hero that we don't get to see often. But DNZ going to play it here against the PL. They do have some good
10
lockdown for
seconds
Phantom Lancer this
remaining.
game. Between Earthshaker, Witch Doctor, and, of course, the Chronosphere.
5 seconds remaining.
So it's a matter of will they be able to get those off effectively or not. Feels like sometimes with this extra time that it's almost I have to double check to make sure the game's not paused. I think it is paused actually, because yeah, it is taking a bit longer than what it usually would take. Sometimes see the players do that. Yeah, it definitely was paused. There we go. All right. So into game number 2, though. Mad Lads up 1-0 again. This is to see who advances on to play OG. No, excuse me, to play Singularity. The winner of this will play Singularity in the semifinal matchup. Singularity, a team that came out of Group A in the top spot. Yeah, and it does make the bottom portion kind of interesting. I wanted to talk about that, too. Again, we'll obviously get to see those matches tomorrow, but you have OG versus Double Dimension, and the winner of that plays Team Kingwin. But it really goes back to the fact how OG and Kingwin are going to match up in the semifinals, where you could argue those are maybe the two expected teams potentially to come out on top and have that European spot. But OG lost to Team Moriarty, that open qualifier team, which set them in that spot to be in the place for the playoffs. So if that doesn't happen, if they finish first place, then obviously, you know, the eventual final matchup could be Kingwin versus OG. But they're going to be in the semifinals, so, you know, it goes to show you, even though they advanced on, of course, to the playoffs still, that loss there definitely is a pretty big deal. But anyways, that's another series. We got this one. And DNZ early on, smoked up, getting some good information, realizing that nobody's in the area
30
currently.
seconds to battle.
You have a circle being drawn by Keizu up here, so seems that Mad Lads may be aware that they are in the area. Furry's just roaming on by.
The battle begins.
Gonna take a couple thwacks from Omni Knight. Gonna go for the bounty rune. Well placed with the stun timing. And manages to get the bottom one down there. Cinderin's gonna die. He tried to kill the bounty rune almost, it looked like, but that's gonna be a first blood in favor of the Radiant side. So kind of got to that action late, but clearly having trouble with that stun combo coming out of Earthshaker and Witch Doctor. So Keizu makes his way top lane. Will be Enchantress in the safe lane, going up against a Earthshaker Witch Doctor. What? Omni Knight. It looks like Omni Knight might just be running all the way to the top lane, so they're kind of just soaking experience. Meanwhile, yep, Witch Doctor's already TP'd bot him. And DNZ, he might just try to get level 2 even before he TP's elsewhere, but he'll have to also be somewhat careful with now Sand King rotating in. So yeah, Omni Knight really does not want to waste that TP. He figures, of course, doesn't want to be matched up against the Razor, but he figures he's going to run top. Razor's probably going to TP top, which is happening right now, and then Omni Knight will probably TP back to the bottom lane. It's potentially what we're going to see. So we'll see if that takes place, but the second they see Razor up here, which they do now, does Boogie just say screw it and go back bottom? Because as we know, I mean, Razor dominates the Omni Knight matchup. Sand King's now coming bottom. By the way, bottom lane, RMN might have went too deep. No impetus, of course, so just simple auto attacks. And RMN will actually be fine. Omni Knight picks up a Quelling Blade for now. You gotta think that's on his mind, though. Swapping back to the bottom lane. But Earthshaker's still sitting up here, so maybe they want to try to make a play, actually. He's going to go on a Qualifier. Going to block him even, but prevent him from getting a 2-minute bounty rune here. And will free up a little bit of room for Boogie to at least hit level 2 and get some farm. Bottom lane, what is this about? That's Witch Doctor. Yes. He's going down. Mitch found off to the jungle.
Better it be no one's.
So it's Faceless Void versus Phantom Lancer middle lane. What is this, a pub? PL's 14-3, Faceless 9-0. Qualifier going to TP back to the bottom lane as Omni Knight TP. See, this is the problem with Omni Knight waiting so long to TP. He waited that whole time to TP to the bottom lane, and now Razor, his TP cooldown was up, so he now comes back to the bottom. So Boogie's like, wait a second, this isn't getting better. It's going to be a struggle for Omni Knight here. That goes without saying. Top lane Enchantress does have level 2 untouchable as well as the Nature's Attendance. So she's healing on up as Viper was trying to commit for this kill. He ends up going down because of that, and now DNZ himself is on the run. Shackles out prevents that, and they're going to turn on to him too. Double kill for Buryu with that double damage rune on the Sand King. This laning phase, you can tell, it's going in is just really not sure what to do. They almost seem a little bit lost in how to play it. Outside of the middle lane, I guess. But even that, it's Phantom Lancer is really dominating when it comes to his CS. So both Viper and Omni are definitely struggling. You see Omni, he manages to, he literally hasn't leveled up anything. Okay, there we go. He hits level 3 and finally gets 2 points in Purification. Obviously, he was sitting on those points waiting to see if it was necessary. Middle lane, Madara, Doppelganger, he should survive. No, the time walk forward gets the kill. That was DNZ coming in with a fissure. And Madara, living life on the edge, ends up jumping off the cliff. So he's going to be able to TP back to the middle lane right away, but a nice kill coming out for our Radiant team. That's a lot of stolen damage. 110 for Razor, which he'll use to farm some more. And obviously that means Omni Knight can't really hit anything. Go for the last hit. That's the worst feeling in the world when you actually go for a last hit on a creep and realize you're doing literally 0 damage. But I just want to kill you. Witch Doctor, he's going to be found. Centaur is going to cut him off if anything. KZ, good micro. Cask will delay it, but not nearly enough. Back to the top lane. Koikfa's being ran after. He's sapping all that damage, so going to keep him alive for the time being. DNZ cuts him off with the Fissure, though. No TP support for Koikfa. He's going to turn to some good damage. One more auto attack. No, if he gets off another auto attack there, maybe not, but man, that was 168 stolen damage. And again, no supports, unfortunately, getting there in time. But well played by going in, diving as much as they did. Oliver middle lane, he has a time walk in 3 seconds. Madara, he knows he doesn't have it just yet. Fairy Fire, the time walk, no, he couldn't get it off in time. Oh man, such a close call. I think he did have a little bit of a window there to maybe use it quicker, but he was trying to time it more perfectly or something. Or maybe it just came off quota, but either way, Madara is able to run him down and secure the kill. Bottom lane, Boogie. Oh boy, the enchant slow. Boogie does have a repel, but at this point, Purification. Gonna use that static link though again. It's the bane of Omni Knight, sapping so much damage. They run him down for the kill. So pretty chaotic laning phase right now. But it is a 6-3 hero kill lead in favor of Mad Lads and a 2,000 or so net worth lead on top of that. Koikfo will find some more free farm at the bottom lane. As take a look at the net worth graph so far. Again, over 2,000 experience graph. How about that win percentage? Well, it's actually dipping very even now. It's been in favor for the Radiant team, go figure. Shackles locking down Earthshaker, trying to prevent him from helping his teammate. Puts the Enchant Totem down first. He throws out the Fissure finally. Now comes the heal to take out Sand King. So now Kazu's in trouble. Use a Fairy Fire Magic Stick. Does use it there as well with the Nature's Attendant. So he's living for now, but Cinderin, however, not so much. He's dead. But that is a space created, you could say. Razor just pushes in bottom tower. And he also have Phantom Lancer free farming now in the middle lane, really. Chronosphere, whoa. Does he have Doppelganger? He doesn't have Doppelganger, so maybe. Actually gets a bash proc as well. Double bash proc! Oh, the RNG gods are loving Oliver right now for whatever reason. He must have paid his dues. It's a double bash and secures that kill. So yeah, he was at least going to need 1 to make that work, it felt like, and why not get 2? So Madara, that is his second death, but even with that, he's still top net worth in the game. Just to show you how much success he's had. Top lane, again, that's where the action's been, and Buryu, wow. I mean, there's 4 heroes up here, so I mean, I'm sure he wasn't expecting that necessarily. We have 4 heroes at the top lane. You have Omni now porting to the middle lane. Trying to find a little bit of farm here. As Madara's like, welcome to the party. Cinderin also, Shackles, yep, Doppelganger forward, that's going to be a kill.
Radiant's
The aggressive play of Madara, he's very comfortable on this hero. From the first game to this game, you can definitely tell that if you didn't know already. Feels like he just always knows, you know, when to go in and when not to. It's going to be forced out here. But again, while this is all happening, bottom lane, Koikva pushing it in. As the phase boost to go to the Ring of Acula.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Got top lane, Enchantress with the Satyr currently. Looking to finish drums. Enchantress does have impetus now. How's Viper doing? Not too good. And wow, he's a top net worth for his team. I mean, it's okay, actually. He just finished his phase boots with the Ring of Acula. 2,700 net worth. But yeah, you compare that to, you look at the 3 cores of the Radiant compared to the Dire.
Radiant's top tower.
Gotta say, I'm a little surprised this win percentage still favors the Radiant team by quite a bit, 59 to 41. I mean, it really is going to come down to, though, this Faceless Void landing a big Chronosphere earlier on, and, you know, will that come through for getting some kills? But Razor, he's also got the drums queued up himself now. Sand King's running in top lane. All right, man, those impetus attacks. Oh, my God. 2 attacks dropping the half-life about. Turn their attention to Witch Doctor. Elbow Smasher, don't even need the clap, gets the kill. Buryu, though, Maledict level 2 is on him. He's just going to TP back to base. No stopper to be had. The impetus hits on Viper. He went too far. That's always such a dangerous maneuver against Enchantress. You're like, I want to not go this far, but I also can't go closer. He ends up going down.
Yes.
And Boogie, well, that's Koikva is diving almost to the tier 3 tower to get that kill. Okay. Back to the middle lane. Madara pushing in the middle tower. Oliver is going to pop a Chronosphere for this. They're trying to bait him out. DNZ off to the side, but here comes Koikva. They just drop Faceless Foot inside the Chronosphere himself. And now Earthshaker's also going to go down. Madara survives with the doppelganger. Viper and Witch Doctor are here, but they get here way too late, of course. So, I mean, both of these Chronospheres, even the one that worked the first time, have been very aggressive. This time, not so much.
Radiant structures are
and they're searching for somebody over here. That's somebody's Witch Doctor. The hasted Razor easily makes that kill happen. Sidney even takes credit. Nice KS, bro. But Phantom Lance here, looking good towards the Diffusal Blade right now. Mad Lads just has all sorts of momentum here in game number 2. Much different game 1, very back and forth. In fact, I want to say going in had a good lead earlier on in that game at points 2 with Sven and everything, but game 2 is all Mad Lads now. Finally, the game agrees. 73 to 27%. Bouncing around there. Oliver, Power Treads. I mentioned the idea of him maybe going to Battle Fury this game, but with how this game's looking already at 11.5 minutes, I don't know if he could risk going for that. Maybe instead get something like what, a drums himself here? Just go straight S and Y? I don't know. All right, man. Again, these impetus attacks. Enchantress really proven to be an effective pick this game. Especially against a hero like Viper. Again, that corrosive skin is nice, but well, that pure damage doesn't care so much. However, Sand King, he gets found. Oh, and the repel prevents the stun. And Buryu, probably dead. Poison. No, he manages to live with 10 life. Fuse Raindrop's pretty strong, too. And he'll TP back to base and survive.
Gold is a great conductor.
KZ now even has the siege creep taken over. Chose to get Hood of Defiance first. Sitting on 1,200 gold more. So he has the Bracer. Could definitely still finish the drums, but no, changing his mind, actually. I mean, I guess there's drums on Razor, so I figure it's not worth, getting a couple right now. Gonna go other items. And Earthshaker, he's dead. Earthshaker trying to find any kind of farm on the map. Can't find it bottom lane at his tier 3, apparently. This is just total control right now from Mad Lads. All 3 lanes being overwhelmed by them. You
Radiant's
see the vision of the
bottom
Radiant
tower is
side. They
under
have one
attack.
aggressive ward up here, and that's it.
Radiant structures
The
are
Dire team already
fortified.
has a very aggressive ward middle, 1 bottom. And right now there's 4 heroes at the top lane. Oliver, Chronosphere, is he going to go in? No. Changes is just already too far away. You see Faceless Void going to Mask of
Dire's
Madness.
top
I definitely
tower
think that
is
is a bit of
under
a
attack.
reaction to the game. I don't think that was the intention from the beginning. Qualifier, Eye of the Storm's been used. It's actually wearing off right here. He's trying to catch DNZ. And going to do some decent damage, but not enough. And now all these TPs coming in, but the Dire team is here as a whole too. I mean, they could definitely fight this. You got to be careful not getting caught in that big Chronosphere, but right now they have a 9,000 net worth lead, so very, very comfortable. Middle lane, Buryu. He's going to go in. Epicenter. Channeled up. The wards lock it down. Repel comes out, though. Will save the day for now. Out comes the Chronosphere, but Omni Knight caught in it. A very defensive, let's just get the hell out of here, Chronosphere. Unfortunately, got his own teammate.
I scorch your name.
So Omni Knight's dead. So is Witch Doctor. Koikvo's going to run down Viper. You can just tell going in is just the coordination not really there right now. I mean, again, they're down by so much net worth this early on. That itself is playing a role, but a double kill for KZoo.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And
attack.
I can't say I definitely expected a very close series, especially again game 1 definitely felt that way, but man, game number 2 just really a different story in Mad Lads. Whether it's riding the wave of momentum or again, if they play like this is definitely one of these teams that
Dire's
maybe they
top
didn't have the
tower
prettiest
is under
group
attack.
stages,
Radiant's
but that
middle
necessarily
tower
doesn't
has
matter.
fallen.
What really matters is the playoff, the single elimination playoff stage, and right now they're on the verge of going 2-0 and advancing on to the semifinals. Pending going in, slowing this down some way, somehow. Faceless Void, they know he's up here. Just killed the creep. But don't know if they're going to find him, but in the meantime, Oliver is spending some time, doing not much. Buryu, bottom lane, might catch him. Chronosphere. Oh, wait, what am I saying? Doesn't have it. He does have time dilation, though, which will massively slow down the Sand King. Just 3 cooldowns. So good kill there. Top lane, though, Witch Doctor's found, and so apparently is Boogie. And he, too, is going to go down. Madara with that Diffusal Blade, just doing a lot of work here already.
Yes.
Yeah, no Guardian Angel even just yet on Omni Knight, despite being level 7. I think he gets it at level 8. I mean, GA potentially could be a lifesaver in some of these fights.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Rasta just drops down the wards top lane and lets them do their job. Rasta himself's only level 7, but the impact he's having, is this going to kill the tower? It is.
Radiant's top tower
KZoo's
has
siege creep
fallen.
also there. So they just kill the tower in front of them. And that's a Chronosphere, by the way, catching Madara. Doppelganger, no! The Echo Slam just enough. Oh, man, the Doppelganger 1 second away. That's a big kill, though. Oliver takes nearly a 400 bounty there with a 3-kill streak stopper. So that's a very good use of the Chronosphere. Getting a kill on there. The opposing carry. Razor did choose to go S&Y. And now BKB himself is coming. Enchantress already has her 4 staff. And I was going to say Hurricane Pike feels very strong in this game too. Both her and Razor gets one, but
Regeneration.
Oliver does have the Mask of Madness now off of that kill. Oh. You know, I was looking on the mini-map, I'm like, okay, yeah, nothing really happening, but it's because all the Phantom Lancer illusions, I'm just missing everything, aren't I? Oh, he just died to the dot. Good old Maledict kill. But thing is, Viper and Witch Doctor obviously found there. As Oliver, he's got the time walk away and get out, but this sets up a very easy Roshan kill. And now we're going to see an Aegis appear for the Dire side. Drums finish on Omni Knight, so a little bit more of a tool to work with. Faceless Void, Chronosphere's up at 3 seconds. Viper currently, he has his Helm of the Dominator in his backpack here, but does have that to work with and hoping to find somebody at the top lane, but as we see, probably not going to be the case. Phantom Lancer's the one that picks up the Aegis, by the way. And cleaning up more of the Ancients. Oh, they're going really deep for this, aren't they? Faceless Void and Viper hoping to catch somebody over here, but again, it's Mad Lads continues to be on the side of the Radiant team, and Mitch again gets caught. Phantom Lancer continues to find him over and over again. Dire Courier gets killed though. So once again, a little bit of positive for going in.
Double damage.
Dire are scanning.
Oh, they know Faceless Void was in the area, but he's going to time walk away. Viper, same story. Cinderin was coming in, ready to hex somebody.
Mere coin.
Cannot catch them, though.
Invisibility.
A very steady growth here for the Dire team. 90 to 10% win percentage. Win chance.
Healing and harm.
Well, game suggests not much of a chance here for the Radiant side, but that 10% chance definitely includes a huge Chronosphere. Catching a couple of heroes on the other side and cleaning them up. They were trying to find that on Phantom Lancer at the top lane, but again, Madara's a little bit too quick. As he'll fall back.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Enchantress has her Hurricane Pike now. Yeah, really, Enchantress definitely cannot underrate hurt damage this game as well. And obviously, Phantom Lancer and Razor are doing plenty, but Enchantress also is doing so much with those impetus attacks. Especially now with the Hurricane Pike, and they're going to run up here. RMN, a couple of auto attacks already dropping pretty low. Chronosphere does hit Razor. Razor might die to this. He has a link up this whole time. Out comes the Echo Slam, so they use a bit, but they do get the kill on a Razor. It comes at a cost, though. 3 heroes in total are going to die for that. And something tells me, Quick, he might not be happy, but it's okay. For the team, it's fine. Earthshaker, though, he buys back, expecting a push here. As Madara makes its way to the bottom lane, and Boogie's like, crap, did not see this coming. But maybe they did, because the bait is here. Oliver gets some bash procs. Nope, Doppelganger away. Impetus stacks now onto DNZ. That's going to do some good damage right there. The illusions are chasing. Faceless Void insisting on going really deep, trying to finish off Madara. Even if he does, he had the Aegis. So again, desperate plays clearly coming out from the Radiant side. And KZ will pop the Nature's Attendant to heal on up. So even though he has the Aegis, he's going to be back up to near full life anyways, and more comfortable with that second life. He goes it very aggressively right here, and good thing he has the Aegis, because probably going to be used here now.
Bottom tower is under attack.
That Maledict tick. One more ATP's back to base, though. He will live. Even gets the Fairy Fire just in case. So definitely does not want to waste the Aegis.
I'll take your tribute.
Over the buyback on Earthshaker, of course, happening. Oh, speaking of him, he's found. Razor just charges on in with that link. Phantom Lancer nowhere nearby, but they don't even need him. They kill one, they kill two. Omni Knight Guardian Angel popped with Oliver charging in. No Chronosphere for 20 seconds. No RMN as well. Picks off the Shadow Shaman, but Madara, he's just about here. In fact, buyback from Synderin. And the Radiant side thinking, okay, yeah, we need to retreat now. Guardian Angel not ready. Obviously just used recently. RMN, he's going to get caught. The others, though, will keep on running and should survive for now. But we're continuing to see just this massive net worth lead kick in here. They're getting some okay jumps on the Radiant side, but because they're so far behind, not able to come out on top with it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Madara sending in the Illusion Army to Mitch. Out comes a Chronosphere, so Phantom Lancer. Oh no, the Aegis just got reclaimed. What a timing right there. The Epicenter going off. But Madara's dead for 55 seconds. So is Sand King as he went way too deep. And Mad Lads, they give them a bit of an opening with that timing right there. Jeez. Yeah, the Aegis despawning right as he died. That had to be like within a second of his death there.
Invisibility.
Synderin's still running. Hoping to get out. Oliver's not going to chase
top
further.
Tower is under attack.
Last thing he wants to do is feed into a death there just to kill a Shadow Shaman. So he decides it's best to fall back instead. But keeping hopes alive. Is going in right now. Still 90-10 apparently, but it is dipping back up in the favor as far as win probability goes, and obviously the net worth the same story. Experience pretty similar as well.
I'll take that.
Phantom Lancer finds a free kill on Witch Doctor most likely. A Shrine? Maybe not. Okay. And the Cask actually bounced on the real one. Now Madara, did he go too deep for this? Oh no, he's going to die again.
Divided, you
Mad Lads getting a little too mad here. I know they still have a comfortable lead, but they're giving openings to going in. Plays like that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, they still have older towers up, by the way, too, which that's going to change here as the top tower finally is going to fall. You see Faceless Void, he has the Shadow Blade, he's working on his own BKB now. I believe I just saw BKB finished on Razor, so that 10-second BKB is now good to go for him and pretty important. But again, these Chronospheres, if he can continue to land some solid Chronospheres as this game continues on, then there is hope for going in. So Phantom Lancer to 10 more seconds before he's going to be back up. Faceless Void. Heading towards bottom. Chronosphere ready. Sand King. They're going to see first, but maybe want somebody else. Sand King. Sandstorm trying to disjoint. Get out of here. Casey's here as well. Time walk in. Dire team, though, very good spread. Might catch Keizu. Oh, they don't know. Oh, yeah, now they see him. Now they see him.
I'll do better next time.
So they do secure that kill. Meanwhile, Boogie's running from the Razor. The static links up. As Synderin will TP away. Mad Lads. That net worth lead, it's dropping. 10,000 net worth lead now. Continues to go slightly the other way. And look at that win percentage now. Yeah, that's more like it. It's now down to 75-25.
Dire's middle
Still
tower
in their
is
favor,
under
but
attack.
going in is finding hope now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And it's almost like Mad Lad's game plan has definitely changed. Again, they have that syndrome of they got so far ahead that they kind of stopped playing together. As odd as that sounds, we see a lot of teams do this, I feel like. Where they're just, it just becomes almost routine. They almost transition in as if they're playing like a pub style where they're just like stomping over the other team. And sure, that could work in pubs ultimately, but obviously in the tournament environment, you're still facing against a team on the other side that is trying their best not to be discouraged, working as a team. coordinating, and that's a little bit of what we're seeing here, it feels like. So, as I suggest that Mad Lads is coming together here at the top side. Not to say that their team fight is just overwhelmingly better, but can take advantage of that net worth lead you have, if anything,
Dire's structures are fortified.
by grouping up as a team now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sand King scouting out really deep here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Sees the Witch Doctor for a split second, but that's it. Oh, that is a real. I thought that was an illusion for a second. That was the real Viper.
Ashes will fall like rain.
He's dead for a minute. No buyback. Roshan's up as well.
Radiant's middle tower is
Would be
under
cheese as Faceless Void takes out the middle
Dire's
tower.
middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The time.
So they're going to have an Aegis again. Last time, the timing was unfortunate. They lost it right as Phantom Lancer died. They did not expect that. This time, we'll see if they can make a move right away. Phantom Lancer may want to finish that Manta style. He is very close. Just needs the ultimate orb, but he does pick up the Aegis. Cheese, I'm guessing, yeah, on the Razor. We have not seen the BKB use it either. Onto the Razor, that is. Interesting. Levels, we have some level 20s coming out soon.
Dire's
Razor and
bottom
Phantom
tower
Lancer.
is under attack.
Enchantress working on finishing an Ags. Obviously quite the damage steroid for
Radiant's
her.
bottom tower
The
is under
improvement of the
attack.
impetus attacks. So that with the Hurricane Pike, again, like I said before, you definitely have to respect the damage of Enchantress. Going in, hugging their base for now. Faceless Void still doesn't have that BKB finish. 1,600 gold saved up. You figure he might want to have a buyback as well, so going to be a little bit of time before that would happen. But Mad Lads playing a little safer themselves now. Although they do have the double siege creep from Enchantress to go with a double siege creep of the creep wave. And the Hellbird Smashers here, so there's a lot of push to come. They're going to even smoke up. As Faceless Void pokes out, but they're heading top instead. Cask can be used to just try to delay as much as he can. They have fortification, they do. Using it just yet. Bottom tower, who's that down there? Cinderin's down here with the wards. He kills the bottom tier 3, so distracting 2 heroes this whole time. He is going to end up going down, but he kills the range tracks in the process. I would say that's a win for Cinderin there, for sure. Now back to the top lane, though. Again, Madara's here with that Aegis. Buyback on Cinderin, by the way. He's going to make his way all the way back here. Again, after the buyback nerf, or for supports, it's really a buff. So I think that buyback really isn't that big of a deal. It's just the timer kind of sucks, but not much gold spent, and obviously doesn't have the debuff anymore. But he's going to rejoin the team. Viper, is that a jump chance?
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
Very,
attack.
very cautious. Faceless Void says now's the time. He catches the Enchantress by himself. Going to be hexed up, though. Running around quickly. Chronosphere is going to be wearing off in the back. Let's Burrier comes in with a counter initiation. G is not used just yet. Finally comes out. They do explode Enchantress. Where is Madara? Razor is here. Where the hell's Madara? Oh, that's where. Okay, yeah. Who's busy finishing off the Maether bottom? So I was wondering where the damage was. Oh, the Echo Slam. It misses. Madara blinks away just before it hits. Great reaction timing on his part. So again, that little battle going in technically wins hero-wise, but
bottom shrine is under attack.
it seemed like that was the game plan, to be fair, from Mad Lads. Just play a pure distraction and allow Phantom Lancer to finish off the racks, do kind of the rat strategy. So they kill the bottom melee racks. Top tier 3 towers obviously been dead as well.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
That, to me, pretty much tells me that they're not confident fighting in a 5 versus 5 team fight, and that is understandable when you're dealing with this Chronosphere, as well as a GA for that matter.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Everyone back up on the dire side, though. Aegis still ready to go on Phantom Lancer. He's blinking forward. Cannot catch the Faceless Void, though. He's in Viz now. He time walks forward further. Armen. He TP'd back before he could get caught. Madara's now going middle lane. So still has it Aegis for a bit longer. As he actually blinks to the top. Okay, that's a real one. Confused there for a second. The ward's coming down from Rasta, level 2. Looking in those front lines, doesn't have his GA. Chronosphere is ready. Oliver's poking on in a little bit. Madara charging back. Epicenter ready from Sand King as well. Matter who will jump in first. Oliver's looking for that opening. Madara, he might find it. That'd be a target to jump, but he's not going to. And the Aegis is reclaimed. Man, that timing could have been so perfect again if he does use the Chronosphere right there, but no. The Aegis is reclaimed, so you can tell Mad Lads, they were aware of that. They started falling back, and they want to now farm this heart on Madara. Allow him to finish that at least.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
Level 20 Viper now, 5 Spike DPS. Level 20 Razor, 10 armor. Faceless Void, not level 20 yet. Phantom Lancer is. 500 Phantom Rush range once again. This guy sounds like Seth Rogen. That's funny. Weed. 420. There is a double damage rune bottom. Dire team. Don't think anyone has information on that. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Oh, Chronosphere. Who did they catch? That's Enchantress. Now comes the Epicenter. Oliver backing out with the BKB. Now going back in. Mitch, though, he's the one that's caught. Glimmer King going to save for the time being. Gets a cast off. Does die. Earthshaker. He's being locked down. He has an Echo Slam. Guardian Angel finally coming out. Oliver able to time walk away because of that. The Impetus attack, so flying in from Kazma in the back lines. Now Koifa, he's in the front, but again, where's Madara? Guess where he is? This is the top lane pushing this whole time. The distraction is real. Faceless Void goes down. He is staying dead. No buyback to be had. They do kill the Razor, but they lose Earthshaker as he Echo Slams before he dies right there. Armen being dove onto the base. Double buyback coming out. Armen, would he have it? It looks like he would, but they're going to save another buyback, even 3 in total. But the base is absolutely being destroyed in favor of Mad Lads right here. Poured in from Viper. He's going to be locked down by the Shackles, though, immediately as he does. Enchantress starts focusing his attention. Deathward, though, has to respect that. Walking away for the time being. The break is up, and they are going to kill Enchantress. Madara playing around the edge. The last thing he wants to do is, die in a big fight here, but they're just going to get Mega Creeps instead. So the game of focusing objectives around distractions was beautiful from Mad Lads. And all of a sudden they have Mega Creeps. They're falling back. It ain't over just yet, but now it's definitely in a spot for going in where they kind of need to make an all-in play coming up here soon.
I'll take your tribute.
Yeah, yet another fight where the Chronosphere comes out and the fight's happening. You're kind of thinking like, wait a second, where is that PL? And sure enough, I could see on the mini-map he was pushing that top tower, and look at that, 99 to 1%. All right, that's the highest I've seen it yet. It'll never be 100, I'm sure, but 99 to 1.
Envisaged.
As far as win probability goes.
Gold is a great conductor.
Madara waiting for somebody to come in. Looks like there's somebody Cinder in. Armen, all of a sudden he's jumped and doesn't know what to expect. Witch Doctor up to the side, throws in a cast, trying to save the day. BKB pop by Viper. They're going to get the kill onto these Rasta. The Chronosphere missed, though. He missed Madara. Oh, man. Was not able to hit him. They keep Viper alive at least, but here's more reinforcement. Razor's here. The link is up, stealing plenty of damage, 148 to be exact. And he gets a great stun from his teammate Peru's, channeling up that Epicenter. The Echo Slam comes out in response, but the Epicenter didn't get off. TNC is going to fall. Oliver in the back lines. Remember, he does not have a buyback once again. The BKB ain't going to save him. He's dead for 75 seconds. Good game is called. It's official. Mad Lads is going to the semifinals, where they're going to take on Singularity here in the MDL Major European Qualifiers. Congratulations to them. And, you know, seeing the results at least, like I said, I didn't cast Group B, but seeing the results out of Group B and knowing that, you know, they lost 2-0 going into that stage, I was really wondering what to expect out of them today. They showed up. They go 4-0 in total, and talk about a time once again to get hot as far as playing well together, and they're now in the semifinals. They're one of what essentially will be 4 teams remaining with a spot to a major on the line, and they're going to go up against a team in Team Singularity, which, again, nothing against them, but that's not, you know, we're not talking about some big name opponent necessarily. This European qualifier really is open as far as the potential, especially being that it is a major. So congrats to Mad Lads. Again, Singularity going to be their matchup. That will be tomorrow. As far as going in is concerned, unfortunately, their ride comes to an end here in the quarterfinals. So tomorrow is going to be set up now as our 3 best-of-3s are done for today. Tomorrow we got OG versus Double Dimension. The winner of that will move on to play Team Kingwin. And then that'll then be Kingwin versus the winner of that, and then Singularity versus Mad Lads. The winner of those 2 series will advance on to the grand finals, which will be a best-of-5 and take place on Sunday. So there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that means our coverage for today, though, is going to be coming to a conclusion. So as always, want to thank you guys for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. And another good day in the books. So hopefully you enjoyed the broadcasting today. It's going to be back in casting once again after having a little bit of time off right there. But back on the grind, having some fun, and, you know, hopefully it leads to more as well. But looking forward already to tomorrow. You can find me at BreakyCPK on Twitter, Facebook, all over the place. I also, quick shameless plug here, I do a Dota 2 competitive podcast that you can check out. I actually just launched the latest episode, our first episode actually of what I consider to be a new show for the time. Focuses on competitive Dota 2. If you go to BreakyCPK.com, you can check out the link for it, called the Dota Procast, episode 1. We had Trent Pax actually of Moonduck join us as well as a special guest, talk about the PGL Bucharest event and everything. So fun times there. Plan to be a weekly thing. Feel free to check it out if you'd like. All right, guys, have a good night. We'll see you next time, though, here for the MDL European coverage, which will be tomorrow. And, again, we are going to kick it off with Double Dimension versus OG, our first of 3 best-of-3s come tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.